Coming to get you, Bobber.
Sleepaway Camp is a 1983 horror movie directed by Robert Hiltzik, and it stars Felicia Rose, Jonathan Tierson and Karen Fields. I've started watching American Horror Story in 1984, and it reminded me of Sleepaway Camp and all the good camp horror movies. So what I've decided to do, guys, is I'm going to review all the Sleepaway Camp movies throughout the month of October, minus Sleepaway Camp 4 from 1992. They only filmed 30 minutes of that, and it was like an unofficial sequel, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to do Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, 3 and The Return to Sleepaway Camp. Angela Baker, a traumatised and very shy young girl, is sent to summer camp with her cousin. Shortly after her arrival, anyone with sinister or less than honourable intentions gets her comeuppance. This is the second time I've watched Sleepaway Camp. I remember watching for the first time about 10 years ago, and I thought to myself, it's a rip-off of certain camp movies like The Burning and Friday the 13th, etc. So this wasn't a masterpiece back then, so going into watching this movie for the first time in about 10 years, I wasn't expecting much, to be honest. The opening of Sleepaway Camp didn't make sense, and even watching it again, I'm looking at it thinking, this still doesn't make sense. You've got this random guy with his two kids, and he gets mowed over in the water, and the kids are screaming, and then the little boy dies, and then it's just a little girl that's left. Am I right in saying that? I've literally just watched the movie. So there's this little girl screaming, ah, and then it cuts, and then you've got this aunt who's taking this little girl in, and she goes to the summer camp with her cousin. It's all a bit of a mess, to be honest. So we're assuming this little girl is a girl, and her cousin, her boy cousin's a boy, and they go to this camp and everybody's getting killed off, just like Friday the 13th. And then it goes to flashbacks to Angela with her aunt, who is a really bad actress, by the way.
Oh, just a moment. I'll be right back.
And then it cuts back to modern day, and then you're thinking, well, what's her backstory got to do with what's happening just now? Something unique about this film is the acting. The acting from the kids is actually pretty good, but the acting from most of the adults is diabolical.
Hey, weren't you about to say something just before he bit your head off?
I don't know. I was just thinking. I remember that boy being a pretty damn good swimmer.
Something that I really liked is the practical effects and the kills in this movie. We've got prolonged kill scenes and prolonged painful scenes, like the chef, for example. He's sitting there screaming, ah, for ages, and it's sometimes so hard to watch. You're like, you're really noisy, shut up. And we have this twist at the end. Now the twist is fantastic for all the wrong reasons, but my question is, why? Why make Angela a boy? It just doesn't make sense with the twist. And even the people at the end of the movie are saying, oh my god, she's a boy. So does that explain the killings then? Like, does it matter if she's a girl or a boy? Why? We then get this flashback with Angela turning up at the aunt's house, or this lady's house, and she's like, oh, we've always wanted a little girl, so we'll just make you a girl. And that's one of the plot twists of this film. She's actually a boy, but who cares? Why? That's like revealing at the end, looking at Angela going, oh my god, she owns a 4-bedroom house. It's just not integral to the story or why these killings are happening. But like I said, as silly as that ending is, and as silly as the twist is, it's probably still one of the best twists in any horror movie. I'm going to be honest, I think the movie was probably remembered for all the wrong reasons when it first came out. And it was probably successful for all the wrong reasons as well, and obviously with it being a rip-off of other camp horror movies. But I still enjoyed this. I've seen a lot of camp horror movies where I thought, it's kind of boring, but Sleepaway Camp isn't boring. It might be bad, it might be badly acted, and it might have a weird twist, but it's certainly not boring. It's entertaining all the way through. Overall, guys, for all the bad points in Sleepaway Camp, I still enjoyed it massively, and I would definitely watch it again and again. It's got that watchability factor. If you've seen Sleepaway Camp, guys, I'd like to know your thoughts down below, not only with if you liked it or not, but what do you think of the twist? And what do you think of the start of the movie? Again, it still doesn't make sense to me, but if you think it makes sense, let me know down below why. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.